Hello and welcome. Right, we've had a few sort of changes since the last time we were on the map. I have done the, I'm going through backgrounds. I'm not 100% happy with this one either, but I've changed this. As I sort of said, it's sort of metal rivet plates that are welded together, which would be a cheap way to do it, but I'm just not sure. It doesn't look right. And the normal on the top is making that look really awful. So I think I might blender it, but I'm still not sure of this. That's why I like really to sort of put one on and see, does it really? It doesn't seem to match with what I really wanted to do. So again, that's the second one. I tried my chrome circles and that didn't look right either. So but I will be changing it. I'm not wanting the stones because it's true it would be really expensive, whereas this is recycled. So metal rivet plates, that would be true, but still just doesn't seem to actually quite go. So again, back to the drawing board again. But yeah, we've done that. Should have now I did get to the bottom of why the things were not spawning, the Ebon Crest, because it wasn't called Ebon Crest inside the Ebon Crest, which of course it has to. So it should now spawn. I've only got the... Yeah, no, that should actually work now. If we actually go over there, which we can't do from that menu, because we can't visit it from there. We need to visit it this way. It should now actually... okay, well, that'll do. It's not really where we want it to be, but the tap will do. So we should see Ebon Crest because it has been fixed now. Not that you can see them, but you can see Ebon Crest is finally spawning. I did think it odd. It's what was it? What had I done? Was that alt? Is alt like pressed all the time? Because no, they're not. They're light white, not the bright white. So yeah, we've done everything. We're on here. That's fixed. So we lost quite a bit of cash with that, but I'm not really complaining. We're doing rather well. So yeah, no, we did check that all. That's all good. So Giants has done an update. I've been on Kinlake, but I'm still not 100% sure. In fact, I'm almost positive that the glitches haven't been fixed on that map, and it had another nearly 2.25 gigabytes. So it's the biggest map I've ever seen. Again, some of it, well, I don't know how it works, but the bottom line is it's 7 point something gigabytes, the actual complete thing. It's like half of the game originally was at the beginning for a yeah. Whether that's correct, I'll leave it to your own imagination. That seems a little bit excessive to me, but hey ho, what do I know? So we've got our 2 wheat fields done. We've got our monster canola field done. The other thing is the 12.5 meter headers. They are actually perfect because they are the same size as the 12 meter header. Or it says 12.5, but actually the 12.2. But if you put the 12 meter header on, it actually says it's 12.2. The same with Courseplay. So Courseplay is telling us that basically it's the same. We don't care anymore. We've got this as well. So this is the one. Now, also, the other thing I'd like to do is make these fields join, because although the headlands are so tiny, is there enough fields then? It's true, we're not gaining an awful lot, are we really? That would mean, let's have a look, because what we need really is we need corn and sunflower and sugar beet. So sugar beet it's okay as one field, but we did it on that field. Yeah, that's the trouble then, isn't it, really? If we're going to we could cycle between these two things. So in some ways, sometimes having a bigger field is not, because if I did a massive field of sugar beet, then I'd have to do a massive field of sugar. We haven't really got enough fields, because these are, although they are big, they're not really big. Not per se. Is that classed as a field? Oh no, they're... So I reckon they could become a field, because if you go to this one, farmland, unowned. Why is it? Oh no, you don't click on it. It's just is unowned. If you click on an unowned field like that, it will say unowned. So these aren't on the map, even though you technically, you go right past it. Cavalier has done a really good job of blending that, because I went right past that thinking that was a field. So, yeah, when you consider this then, I mean, because these little tiddlers are so tiny that really I don't think that's, when you consider we did a big field of that and got the 40 something tons, we're not going to be having 40 tons this year, are we? It's going to be, although I suppose the other thing is, it's the things you really need is the corn. So 7 and 8, a big cornfield would be okay. And if we did 5 and 6, now we did sugar beet. If we do 4 and 5 joined together and keep 6 as the sugar beet this year, these can always be cycled as sugar beets. So not necessarily a bad idea to keep them like that. Let's have a look at what we've actually got in storage, because that is the other thing, as I was trying to say, wasn't it? Was that, truthfully speaking, that we've got quite a bit that we don't need, like 37,000 litres of corn. Canola, that you can forget about that being important. Now, whereas this year the canola is going to be monstrously massive and probably do a couple of years. Sugar beet, well, let's be honest, they're not going to need any sugar beet this year at all. Sunflowers, reasonable amount. Wheat, we're down to 15,000 litres because I think we've got still some inside. No, I think we shoved an excess of wheat in the big pigsty, if I remember rightly, which is why grain is showing such a huge amount, because we did, 23,111 litres, and there's still some, I think, inside the, no, I think we actually did get rid of it all between the two. And how are we looking for animals? They look rather a lot larger than they were when we put them in, if you remember. They were literally little tiny, they'd just been born. So it goes to show the time is ticking nicely. That's my work alarm. I've got a bit of time actually, but this will not be a full session. I'll be recording the next, next. So they're 15-month-old, and they're at 1.6. Now we've seen them go to 2.2, so we're not going to sell below that. So whether that does one more breeding cycle or two, so we've now got 72, 144. 100, 200 and something. We did say this, yeah. So we've got near to birth, and we're going to do 200 odd straight in one bash. They're all three somehow actually come over at the same time, as in, and we didn't arrange it. They just somehow their reproduction cycle matched, which is quite amazing. Which means that all three of those are going to give birth, and so there's going to be 100 and something, isn't there? 90. 102, 108. There's going to be 108 births. So this is definitely now exponentially growing larger. And by the time after, you may well get these, one of these join in. Oh, they're only 1 month apart, aren't they? So we shall see, but it's getting exciting. And then these two are starting the reproduction cycle. And then also they're 36. The biggies will come out and we'll leave the littlest again, because that's really our nursery. So you can't really forget the fact that we gain an extra 36 in this too. So this is sort of getting rather interesting from a pig perspective. I do wish that I could have a larger transport. I am debating or not whether to make a 2-height... I think I've actually got another one in the game actually that I did bring in that I hadn't got, because I thought, well, you haven't got many transport. I know why I don't do many animal transports, and that's because I don't normally transport animals. But really, I think it's the Joskin. That's it. That's 18 versus the Noah's 13. But what I'm thinking is doing a dual height one. Yeah, that's right. I had nice pretty pictures on the top. Yeah, we know we can't go for a Wilson. It's just too big. So I'm thinking of that would be much better for us. But what I'm thinking is doing something like a dual height, where it would have a ramp upside for putting them in, and the top layer would form first, and the ramp would then fit on the underside of the roof. I'm trying to think how that would actually, the physics, how would that would be. Ah, no, yeah, that is true. You could do a raised floor, a floor that raises. I mean, I'm not trying to show this, as in I'm not. I mean, I could do it. It's not like beyond me now. But if you think you've got a false floor that's really a push up, not a ramp, but a floor, that entire floor that raises, I would obviously do it higher. And we're not talking about a vast amount. It's still only small. There are certain bridges that it wouldn't be able to like go through. Really, it's as simple as that. So again, I don't want it to be longer. I don't want it to be wider. The only way we can go is up. It's as simple as that. Which then would mean you could have double the amount. So 36, which is obviously, we know it's not as big as the Silver Star, but then that is because we don't want it to be as big as the Silver Star, because like it can't be as big as the Silver Star. But I do like this. I like the Flegel Noah as well. That was the one I was going to work with to begin with. Which has got the most solid. I think I'd have to. Still fairly. No, it's got the pillar at the front that would support it. Yeah, I think this is a modded one though, isn't it? Yeah, it's by Lamai. But then again, it's still a Giants model out of FS25. So really, I'm not being nasty, but what I'm going to do to it's not going to be Lamai's when I finish with it. It's going to be based upon the Giants model. So let's stick these. Now then, the header's the only. What do I do with the header? Well, we could leave that up here, sort of on the road. It's not, being as we're the only one, these are all our fields, nobody can really tell us off for blocking the road because it's our road. I mean, what I mean is it's our right of way. If we're other farmers' fields, then to leave this on the road would be really quite bad, but it's not because they're all ours. So yeah. So are we going to leave these as is, or are we going to join them? That is the real question. Yeah, it is. I think in some ways, strangely enough, I'd never thought I'd say these words, but I think we're better off to have individual fields. It lends itself more to... can we... No, because then the crops, they could go into the next field, and I think we'll leave it as is. Yeah, let's just... If we're going to do anything, we could by... Yeah, I mean, there is this set here that are quite large. That's just straight over our little tiny, cut through now. So that's not... Oh, there is 28 where I think the entrance is. So we think we passed the entrance. It's... Oh, it's very hilly though, isn't it? Oh, my life, it is. We've got JHHGs now. It can cope with this. It could, it's true. So the way in is... Yeah, there. And it's got plenty of room. It's fairly wide. It is. I mean, I love the way Cavalier always done this. He's done it really well. I do like it. Very cheeky. Some of the gates are a bit broken down and ramshackle, so they're like thrown down at the back. So must be a really trusting area, because in farming, especially in Britain anyway, there's... How much would this cost us? 28. I think it's got something in it at present. Like peas? Peas. Indeed, you were right. Yeah, peas are growing at present. So we have got the... I mean, we can grab peas with our harvester. It's a special harvester, and it has literally... It really has as well. This is not a fib. I always try to make my models so that they do... Oh, no, of course, this is the header one, though, isn't it? It's a Blabbermus. Yeah, now this is more trickery. It is. Because on the Amity, obviously it's this unit over here that would have the grabbers that would literally grab in, and they're like... Yeah, I suppose it is true. I could do... They're very fine grabbers, actually. So, to be honest, it probably could do all three. But on my Amity, I have actually done based upon the pea harvester. I have actually done all of that. So we've got the big. No, they're both 12s. Yeah, we've got them both ready and waiting to be picked up. And I don't mind. It's true. I don't mind actually having them on the trailer. Right. So then, I think I'm going to pick this up later on. I've sort of showed the changes. We've had a bit of a wander around. We shouldn't have any things coming through just yet. But I think we've sort of like talking about things. So let's go through till... Yeah, and then I will leave it at like where we leave this. Right, that will do me nicely. It's nearly 2 o'clock. Not too terrible. Could have been worse. So then, and oh no, we knew about... Oh... Didn't we ask for that? Yeah, I think we did. So I think we will. It's a really good high, and I don't ever go for the... well, it's not going to take us long to grab these two, is it? Technically, we shouldn't be having this as a 70, so we should be about 700,000 together. But I did sort of say this, when there's only like 2 things in that you're going to go for anyway, it really doesn't hurt. So this one, we're going to go for the biggest normally. Yeah, 465, I think it is, yeah. We'll go for the... I love the horns. I like the beacon lights, but they detract a little bit. Oh no, they're not those. They're the top ones, aren't they? I like that, actually. I think we'll keep it understated because we don't want the skull light. Yeah, we do want the skull lights, and I like them pink, strangely. Oh, I never tried red, though, actually, have I yet? You can't see them in the shop because you can't do it. Daytime LED. Let's try red as well. Front loader rotator. No, we don't need that. And main colour. I like the black. I do. It's really nice. So 129,452. Our last distractor. It is. Any more are being sold. So let's just grab that one header. And we will sell that one thing, which should partially cover us for a bit of the tractor, but it is a little bit. Yeah, we're down. Oh, that's true. No, yeah, I need to shift the tractor's in the firing range. Let's get this repaired. It's not terribly badly battered, actually. It's lovely. Oh, red. No, the red's quite nice. It's actually not far off the pink, actually. Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like the pink to me. I've had the pink, and I really like the pink, but I've got to be honest, that looks fairly pink to me. There's not much red going on there. It's very, like, pinky. So, not a lot of difference between the pink and the red. And the pink, I find quite... I know... I never thought I'd hear those words be said from my mouth because of my upbringing. But I am actually... In fact, I am contemplating having pink straps on my... yeah, because I find pink is one of those colours you can always see. It's, in fact, it's... I've often noted that when someone has done pink things, you can see it in the grass and things like that, which is quite rare. We didn't get much cash from that, did we? Right. Well, that's where we're going to leave it for now. I'm not going to say goodbye because I'm going to literally like link the session. So, see you later. Hello and welcome. Right, I was going to move this, and I thought, no, that's why the headers are here. This is the ones that have got to do the corn and the sunflower, and that's over here. So yeah, I was about to shift them, but no. I should be on Kinlake. I went on Kinlake, and Kinlake wouldn't load, so I thought, nah, you know, like, does this say? No. Yeah, we're all 100%. Everything's done. All of the farm is done, so there's nothing at all we can do except for... I think we did the sales already. Well, if we did, that has now dropped. So, yeah, that's... Oh, you're not kidding. Wow. Actually, quite a lot has dropped. So the Case Patriot... I didn't even know this existed. Yeah. And that's... How much is that off? 56%, so that's over 300 and odd thousand. You can see why farmers have never got any money, can't you, really? Well, you can also see that some farmers have got money as well, is something that you could say. So that one does everything. 4.6 meter, does cotton and the lot. Amazing. It is, because it's only a little device, so that's not bad. Of course, we're not going to go for it. No, we don't want any kind of, that's a new head. Yeah, so we're going to like just sell that. And then we're going to go through straight away. April, so yeah, we've done the animals, I believe, but we ought to check. Yeah, I think we did, like, even the straw should be absolutely full. Animal food is good. We should have births. Yeah, a lot of births as well. This is going to be monstrous. That one's still behind, but got plenty of water, plenty of food. So we're on top of everything. So let's go through till 6 o'clock in the evening. We've bought those 2 items, so let's crack on. That's all we've got to do, is just get to the harvest. So yeah, if that's the session to get through to our first harvest, then I thought we were starting at 6. Looks like we're going for 7 now. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a bit of a shame, but we're not on Kinlake because it's not. Yeah, I'm determined now. I'm not putting up with it, as in, like, yeah, it's a gorgeous map, but I literally went on it and it was still and then obviously I can't load all my mods, so I'm just not prepared. I would not put up with that from any other modder if it was like that and I'd got to make a choice between my favorite mods and the map. I would choose my favorite mods. If my favorite mods wouldn't load, I mean, with the exception of precision farming, which was one of my favorite mods, that now I can't be bothered with because it's like not as it was in the past. And I mean, major things not working. Yes, they've added like tram lines and things like that, but it doesn't work properly. It's patchy on the fields, which it shouldn't be. So yeah, I'm not willing to put up with that. Right, so it's 7 o'clock at night. I think, no, we did look. Yeah, we did. Let's go through till 12 o'clock at night. Right. Mediocre tick up, but like not as bad as with some we've seen. We got a bit of light on. Let's go down to the, wow. Delta track. Now this is seriously the internet cache. Oh, no, we are not having any more at all of these. There's no options though. Fantastic. 223 horsepower. That seriously killed our cache. Let's go through till the morning, and we'll sell everything when it gets to daylight, I think. Oh, nearly. Not too terrible. 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, because we must remember to feed our animals. That's one thing that, yeah, they're going to need, although we have got hundreds of thousands of litres in. Yeah, no, that's just, we have, of course, got those 108 births that we were talking about. So amazing. So these are now 1,800. We'll do what we did before. I don't mind selling them for 2,000, but to be honest, we may as well just like do the, and these are about to give birth like later on tonight. So that they will fill that, and then we need to shift them as well. So another thing for us to like have to do as well. Oh my life. Okay, we need to sell some stuff before we can afford that there, but we can afford that there. Stroutman. Yeah, beautiful. 24 meter. This was the one that sort of like made me, I'm not that bothered about the pack. There used to be an 18 meter Stroutman in the old hook lift sort of set, and we've got like a 15 meter, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. And it's really is, if I'm to boil it down, that's what it boils down to, is the fact that missing like that was, I used to always think that, well, it's all right, everything's less and it's smaller and all the rest of it, but that's for a reason, you know. But I just, think no. I think I'd sooner have the, because they are a bit of a pain, hookless. I mean, you know, they're like faffy and all the rest, but you're willing to put up with that. But if there's no advantage, then why would you? And that's what I'm saying. I just look at it as disadvantage, too big a disadvantage. Why would I do that? And that's a shame that you're looking at it like that. Right, so the case. One time maybe we might have a go at this. But I've got to be honest, no, I prefer the Hispano ones that are right there within the price range of a normal farmer. Yeah. I like this. These ones, thing of dreams, but not really much better. So I'm willing to put up with something that's not quite as good if it's within my price range. It might have a few whistles and bells missing that these top end, modern, more expensive, but at the end of the day, it still does the function that it's, you know, like supposed to do. And that's really all that I care about as a farmer, is the fact that it does what it says on the tin, and I expect that I might have a bit of something missing. So I expect that. It really is as simple as that. Right, so this should also really, and then our profit really is all tied in that next set. This should get us back up to pretty much where we were, but then that's our profit. Right, okay, so you want Strautman, sell that first. Right, so let's sell that, yes, and sell you, yes. And you can see we're pretty much where we were. Now, all we need to do, he says, all we need to do is grab this monster and have a tussle with it. Yeah, and it's a bit of a like, more like you're half dragging the back legs, but we need a bit of traction ourselves to actually do that. Wow. We've got to do it. This is the real profit from what we've done, so I think we're going to break a mill, though, which is interesting. Right, I think we're going to do it from the other side, I reckon. Yeah, so it is my promise that I'm going to do my best not to be like, oh, okay, that's not at all. Yeah, not to be whinging too much, but I've got to mention some things. I can't be quiet totally. I think we might have been better the other way. Yeah, we're not, can't even put a... Wow. Certain ones are really hard to shift and others are quite easy. Even though they're similar, it's often down to shape and obviously weight as well. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's seriously, with having so many big things, took us well over a mil again. And we seriously don't really need anything, not even tractors. We've got too many tractors, 3 harvesters. It's almost unheard of. So it really shows that being an Arthur Daily really does actually, yeah, so now we can afford that as well, which is going to be the icing on the cake. Yeah, because the more it costs, the more profit you make, which is brilliant. Looks a little bit like the Sublevimus, doesn't it? A little bit. Yeah, very similar. Ooh. So actually, why has that lost it normally shows? It could be... It might be my mod desk. It might like not quite be right because obviously there was another update on the editor. So it is possible that certain things. Let's just see as the icon on the top gone on the Civil Evermist because that's really no BI Industries is there still. So just that back one is the casualty. It's showing the home the symbol which we stuck a sticker on so you couldn't see it, but it's not paying any attention to that at the minute, which is a bit odd. Again, there's always things every single time there's a new editor. Something's not right. Oh my life, we made 100 grand. That's amazing. It is. Right, okay, let's go through till 1 o'clock. It's amazing when you do get these big things, though, that really seriously makes you some dosh, as you can see. Right, fantastic. Right, so then, oh, okay. Oh, wow. Someone's brought that back. Oh, wow. The bigger the, I like this. This is where you seriously, this sort of shows the power of this when you consider like what we're doing now. You know, the buying and selling of these bigger items that really are not that. Again, options, you need to observe your options because that's where you're going to lose cash. Switching those on, having them switched on is what I mean. Yeah, if you've got them switched on, then you're going to lose cash. If you're going to make optimal amount, you really do need to. Right, so we're selling this again. I don't mind. We can do this all day. Right, so let's grab the little one and the baler because they're both green. It makes sense. Kidding, just having a laugh. Yeah. Yes, it's a shame, but Kinleg is still. If you switch all your mods on, which I did, just literally making a news item as we speak on my I was going to say lab PC. It's not my lab PC. It's me my video editor. Let me just check. Is that done? It's no 58%. It's a 20-minute news session. I just got to get off my chest, you know, like how I felt about everything. So yeah, I just wanted to. Wow, so seriously going to bring in some dosh as well. Yeah, so that sort of shows because yes, last session we were here, that actually did show. So the casualty of this mod is the fact it's lost certain of its icons. It looks only like that one. But yeah, all because of a new editor. Welcome to the world of modding. Right. Wow. Amazing. Gordon Bennett. That is just tremendously good. Let's go through till 6 o'clock. Ish. Oh. All right. Okay then. So, no, I'm happy to miss all of that. Let's go through till. And we will do the animals in the morning, though. I'm not prepared for them to suffer. And not that they are, but you know what I mean. All my life, that's a cracking tick up. Beautiful AB. Ooh. That again, well, as much as I love it, yeah, we've got enough. We can't. I mean, I could have more, I suppose, but you know, no, that just that one. Yeah, let's go through till the morning. Not too terrible. Not too terrible. Oh wow. Okay. No, we don't want any of that. No. Arm size short, which takes 5 grand off the price. Now, I don't know if that kind of thing actually costs, as in like you make less because of that. I'm not sure. Yeah, nearly all of these now are losing their options, which I like. Yeah, the line setting is Power Plus, but it's not costing you. I like that. The modders are beginning to like switch these things. No, it's below what we should be sort of buying. So let's be good. I mean, you could say really 100,000 now is the limit if you've got over 1 million. But I'm trying to be reasonable as well. Let's grab that one too. Wow, is this... How big is the horsepower on this? This is a real biggie. How big is it? 4.7. It's only about the same as ours, really. Yeah. So in June. Wow, amazing. Absolutely amazing. No, we're leaving that alone, we said. So let's do our animals now. Yeah, we don't want to be like letting the animals suffer. So let's pop across and also see how green our crops are. Because obviously July, I think, one could be ready, which it will be. The canola's going to be ready in the morning. The wheat's a little bit behind that, you can see, or it looks to be, and these are obviously a long, long way off. So let's get the animals done. That's the most important task we have got. If I can jump into the tractor, which I have not started its engine. My bad. Wow, that is battered. Why are we buying stuff? What are we short of as well? Like of this, the pigs, what are we short of in the, we've given birth to 36 and we knew that we'd give them. So there's 100, 200, 300 and odd, and oddments as well, obviously. So more like 350 odd-ish. So what are we short of? 37, mainly, yeah, base food and protein enormously. So, right, we need to, well, I don't think we've got much protein because it was a bit of a, so, yeah, the canola or the sunflowers. Well, yeah, I've got some sunflowers, but they are expensive. They really are. I mean, relatively. We know a man who knows a man. We get a huge discount, but it's still, of the grains, it's not a cheap one. Ooh, bit of a collision going on there. Yeah, wow. We're exposing the collision, Mr. Smith. It's showing all of the modding bits. Right, smashing. So can we now go and get some of our own things? Corn? No, we did empty that, I remember. We'll have a look at the other one as well. What's that? I think that was actually fine. Right. Yeah, corn. And also, how much is that other pigsty? What are we short of in that? Not really anything. Not if we're being honest. So this one should be enough to make our pigs happy. I apologise for my silence. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I can sort of see why. I'm not sort of like thinking of departing from the game anymore. I've had my little taste of freedom, and I still prefer this game to other games, even as broken as it is. But I've got to sort of be honest with myself that there's a price to be paid. You know, as in I've got to try to be positive because I'm here to cheer you up, not to like depress you. So we're just a little tiny bit off, and that is about 50%, which is where it should be. So that was about right. So a bit of protein, a bit of grain, loads of root crops, but we are full, and manure and slurry are seriously getting. Now, wow, what was I saying about the slurry? Wow. Well, when you get that amount of pigs in. Yeah, so really, we could do something like a biogas plant. I mean, that we'd have to try to do something with that kind of waste, wouldn't you? Even if it was just, yeah, burning it, or like turning it into energy. That would be well. And when you've got that kind of cash, you could even buy a giant biogas plant. We actually looked at the biogas plant on the actual map. I mean, I won't buy one, but it would be nice to see and sort of show. Whereabouts is it? Did we look at it like when we came on? Bakery. I don't think it'll be one of those. It's got to be. We know that's a sawmill. Yeah, the best way I think is to use this feature here of like available productions on the map, which is probably the best way to look. And there isn't one. No, there's not been one put on the map. So there you go. We'd have to put them down ourselves, which is not a problem. So do we do that this late in the Let's Play? No, we don't. Not for this. It will just go out with. I mean, we could go Missy B's. Yeah, no, it is Missy B. It could go Missy B's slurry yard as well. That is another option. So we could stick that down, and it would tell us how much we would do. So we've seen that our fields are nearly ready. Yeah, they're very, very green. If we go to the right screen, that is, which should be this one, really. So if we go out and then in, it may have caught up. Yeah, so that is going to be tomorrow morning. There's a bit of damage, but not too terrible. Yeah, the damage is not as bad as I've seen it, because I have said this, the damage is getting really to the point where, I mean, we lost about 10 tons of like thing, and that's without precision farming's marks on the field. So yeah, it really was quite bad, all things considered. So let's go through till we need to be shifting the animals. I think that's something we should be doing. Where is the... It's through here. It is. We're better with a tractor than we are with the truck. The truck can't turn very well. It's a bit... How are we doing for water as well? And how are we doing on our boarding factory? Yeah, it's true. I mean, we're leaving the... no, we're not available. We want super guapine. Oh, plenty. I think that'll outlast the Let's Play itself. Chipping factories are watering that. That needs a bit of attention. Right, I believe... Have we left the water tanker down at the store? Don't think so. I think we brought it across. I'm sure we did. Sure we brought it across. Yes, but we do need the headers at some point. Right, so we took it across. So whereabouts did we stick that? Over here, I think. Sure we did. Yeah. Right next to where it needs to be filled. So let's get that done. Nice to have fixed the error with that. I was a bit shocked. I was like, what can have happened? I don't know what must have happened. I must have been editing the wrong. Well, it's not the first time that I've seen one thing affect something else. I saw that on which was the Let's Play where everything went bad. Yeah, I was really enjoying that one as well. Right, water. It's nice to see this is about almost where it should be. Water and dump. Oh, it needs a bit of repairing. So that should actually just battle on, because you can see it gradually fills, but it's almost keeping up with like what it does. And then obviously that means that it's pumping in all of the time and it can cope with that. And before long, that's going to be filled. Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, let's leave that trundling along and it will do its job nicely. So yeah, so then let's go back over here. And we do need to finish the job we talked about, which is to, yeah, let's grab you out of the way, though. You're still not really out the road. Very pleased with this. Yeah, I'm so glad that I finally got the rear hitch actually working with the help of Gemini, not all on my own. I think, well, no, I did sort of get stuck on it. I've got to be honest. I don't think I could have done it without Gemini's help. I needed to use it as a sounding board to say, well, what have I done wrong on here? You know, how do we get the lorry back to work? Because I've, you know, like been working on this for months and I just can't quite get it right. And it pointed out my error and showed me what I needed to do. So, no, I think you might find. Well, this is damaged as well, so we ought to repair this before we do anything. We've got no excuse. We're right next to the repair point when we pick the pigs up, so. Now, we've made that rather difficult for ourselves, and there's no reason. Right. Oh, my life. Why is that? Well, I've seen a lot of work. Yeah, it's... Right, so we want the 9-month-olds. 13 of them, yes. Yes, this is something I am going to work on, and that's to make a dual height one of these with a floor that rises up. But I'm not going to... I'm just saying how it would work. I'm not actually going to do that. I'm just going to put the 2 floors in where you can see the animals in, like that. Yeah, I'm going to put a second one on top. Not literally quite. That sounds. It's not going to have wheels or anything. I'm going to use this frame. I'm going to like take it out to Blender, and then we're going to remake it basically, and it's a lot more harder than I'm making it sound. Yeah, it always sounds like I'm just whipping up a cake and I'm mixing the ingredients and hey presto, here's what I prepared earlier. Well, I wish modding was like that. It's not anything at all like that. It's very, very much more complicated than that. Went too fast. Yeah, the faster you go, the worse you turn in circle. Oh, he says as he really clocks the... Yeah, also, I usually do this with a little one because little tractors have got a better turning circle. But you can still do it with slowness as well. Oh, unless you like... So... No, we want to move them all. Yep. Fantastic. Let's grab the next lot. Can we, change tractors? Let's the little one do it. He's so much better than the mighty Fent. Sorry, Fent, but it's true. you exceed at like massive jobs, but like where a bit of like deafness and something. I mean, you've only got to look at the size of that and see that the turning circle on this has got to be better. We do need the trailer though. It might be good, but it's not that good. I love the fact that Holds has made it quite fast in reverse as well. Right, let's get this sorted. When you consider where we came from, 100,000 was all we owned, and we bought a farm. We've had enclosures built for pigs. We've got equipment that's to die for. Really, we're not even going to get use out of it this particular year, but we've got brilliant sprayers, and I don't think we're quite close enough. Okay, let's try getting a bit closer to the wall. You have to be right. It's a bit of a difficult one because you've got the you need to be like, why is that not? Am I still not close enough? Right, okay, this has got personal now. Right, you can shift forwards. Yeah, they grab you. If you like run into something now, like as like an attack. So that should really be. Maybe we just need to be even closer. I'm gonna say. No, we need to be out there first. Then we need to like grab 13. Yep. Which leaves 10 left when we've finished. And we do need to go all the way to the bottom. Yeah, so we're doing very... Yeah, the one thing I'd like to show you, though, is like how well we're doing on the boarding factory. Because I'd imagine, yeah, this is going to be a bumpy year. And we've still got so much wood chips left. That is amazing. So, yeah, and I'm so glad now that the Ebon Crest can actually, you can see there's most of the Ebon Crest is outside of the, that all of that is Ebon Crest. So it's nice that it's actually working again. I'm not blaming, that could be me, that one. I think I must have been editing the wrong mod when I was doing, because I used the boarding factory as a basis for another mod, didn't I? I think it does ring a bell. Right. Yeah, I really did make this difficult for myself, didn't I, really? Let me look at the difference on that. That's so tight that I've even almost hit the food thing. Right, so we do indeed want to move those. I mean, when you consider we started this business with 36 pigs. And we shall have a look in a minute at how well we are doing on the pigs, because I know we've got hundreds. It's amazing. It really is. So last 10. Let's try and get a bit closer. Right, so 10. Fantastic, which just leaves those little cuties. Aren't they cute? They really are. I've got to be honest. They are really little, absolute beautiful little things. Would we really leave them? No, we wouldn't. We'd leave it. This is only for gaming conventions. The mums would remain with them for a couple of months at least, or a few weeks, I would imagine. So, yeah, this is just done as a game, this particular aspect. Always these collisions, yeah. You think, oh, I'm going to clear it, and then you manage to wallop the collisions. Oh, we didn't do that very well. So any trouble, we're reversing at speed. Yeah, we've still missed it. That's still going to be a bit too... Fantastic. So then, let's have a look. Let's the game let us tell us the exact amount of animals we've actually got in the enclosure. 306. Oh, it's right. Yeah, 360. We're really halfway there. Amazing. And they are actually showing in the actual proper enclosure, which is brilliant. It is. So, yeah, fantastic. Let's go through till dinner time. We've done all that we needed to do, including shifting the animals too. Right, that is about right. And oh, shock! Another telehandler. None of those. No, we've gone well beyond that. So let's go through till tea time. Not too terrible. No, nothing there we can buy either. So let's go through till... This is obviously where it does bottom out, you know, like when you do this. Nearly. Bit of light would be useful. And... yeah, oh, my life. The next set. Wow. That's if it can fit in the actual... yeah. And the Elite Wolf. The Agri Power version. And no, we'll stay true to our amounts. Let's go through till the morning, and that is where we're going to leave it. Hopefully it will have stopped raining by that time. Not too terrible, not too terrible. So, ooh. Big Roy. And yet another fence. Yeah, wow. A 203 horsepower. And really, that's it. So the agri spread. 16 to 36 meter spread. Same as my little one. 9,000 litres. Yeah, not bad, not bad at all. Would yeah, no, we'll just sell those ones, and then I think we should see that our field is probably ready. Indeed, it is. So they are going to be ready tomorrow. The wheat is definitely going to be ready tomorrow, and that is going to be our next session's work. How are our animals doing? Yep, these now that does show We filled that and it's gone right the way down there. So now, because we have got so many, it is costing us more to feed them. But we're about to sell quite a lot, which should easily pay for the food that we're going to have to buy on top. So, yeah, I mean, the root crops is not going down very quickly. Protein, we've lost 2.5 tons of that in a month. Grain, likewise, is going down seriously. And the base food is seriously their main thing is going down a lot. So you can see that, truthfully, it's now getting to the point where, and rightly so, that we've got a lot of pigs and it is costing a lot to feed those pigs. Well, you'd expect that. They're no longer little tiny babes, but they're not going to have very much at all. So this one, but also the other thing is, look at the slurry and the manure. I mean, that is like getting something else now, which, as I said, when you get to an enclosure that big, it's not really surprising. So let's go back over to the store and sell those bits and bobs that we bought. Oh, I think the next set we could probably sell by just rolling backwards. Now, that's definitely something I don't really think would be possible on the map to... I think if you were determined enough, you could also use the resets. So just roll this backwards, and I think that'll be classed as in the box, really. Oh, wow. Not your finest moment. You can see under its wheels. It's like floating on air. It's not the first time I have noticed that, but that was, yeah, it's unevenness, how the game, because now we're in it, it looks like you're totally all right. Must be the way the game does height. Gotta be really, I suppose. Wow, 1,400 and 1,625. Amazing. Really is amazing. Wow. So, yeah, next session we will get that done. Another cracking session on Drumard. How many years have we actually been here as well? Yeah, 3 years. 3 solid years. And we have really come an awful long way. And I love this Let's Play's flowed really nice. I've thoroughly enjoyed being on here. It really has, from start to finish, been a dream. And obviously, what we're doing, we've now got streamlined. It's not so long in the store every morning and all the rest of it. So we do need... not really. No. In fact, let's get that ready now. Yeah, the one thing we did say was obviously... our harvest. No, we did bring it across. Yeah, no, we did. Yeah. We brought this across. As we said, this is the one for the job. So let's get that. Let's unfold. Maybe that's a bit previous. We ought to wait till we're going past the shed and that. Oh, okay. This is going to be fun. Could have been worse. Now this is going to be a bit tricky because we're sort of going to be like hooking left almost immediately, but I think we've worked that out all right, but we may scrunch the header a little. In fact, I think we'll leave the header for somebody else. because it's a battle enough for us to... ooh, no. Okay. Oh, no, I think we escaped. Let's just quit while we're ahead. Oh, no, no. It's going to get us every single time. Unfortunately, we need to... Oh, why can I not... think? Now then. Okay. I thought it was only one piece, so why did I have to cut it twice? Won't let me in. Because I'm on the wrong side, that's why. Okay. I was trying to spare you, but you were... insistent. We can... I think that should be enough. I'm hoping that's enough. Please. When you look at that shed, it really shows how big that shed is when you look at the size of this large harvester. Right, where did we leave the... It's not very far away. Aha. I can show my rear hitch working, can't I, with doing this? Yeah, I'm pleased with this. So I think we need to also push this a little. Like that. Oh, okay. That's a little bit more than I... yeah, I think we're going to need to go the long way. And then I'm going to sling my hook. And we've got it all ready for next session. We'll grab the 70-tonner out, which we could sort of bring around a bit now as well. I'm not sure. No, it should attach. That's... Oh, no, that is a point, actually. It won't attach to that one because it's the wrong one, but it will attach to that one. Yeah. But let's leave it for a tractor. Yeah, it's not... I don't want to be using things that I shouldn't really be using. That's going to the tractor's hitch. So, yeah, we could actually grab the field service and let that do it. Let's see, can we grab... Now, this should grab that. This is a legitimate hitch for this kind of thing. Yay, fantastic. It's nice to see your work. Actually, oh, it's not wanting to turn, so we're going to have to fall down the bank. Unfortunately, which is not really a brilliant idea, but at least we're facing the right way with the header, if we do like this. Right, okay then, let's drop that off there. And let's grab the field service and see. I'm not... Well, it might manage it empty, but it doesn't like things when they get full. It should be the right kind of hitch as well. It should be, but I'm not sure. If not, we're going to grab the fence. I'm not faffing around anymore if this doesn't work. We could use the lorry. Yeah, the lorry it is. It's true. It doesn't get that much. So the lorry will be the one that can do this. Ooh, my bad. Fantastic. we made it just. I wasn't sure I'd be able to turn that. Right. I think there's enough space in this to actually do all of this. I don't think we'll be like needing a second trailer for canola, really. I think that's going to be, and it's obviously we can see that the protein side of it, it's really is needed. So, right. Are we going to set this going with a standard work? No, we'll course plate next session. So I'm going to leave it there. We're up to €1,401,625. Our equipment is through the roof. Our animals are doing tremendously well. And our productions, likewise, no, the ones we own, the chipping factory is seriously doing well. If we looked at this, how much cash we're going to earn, yeah, over $1 million in all of our things. And that doesn't reflect the true price. That would be really 1.3 million because of the 33% that we gain from our bonus. So yeah, we're going to get on with this canola next session, which is all for the pigs. Yeah, I mean, we've centered this entire farm around our pig business, and we've only got one sideline at the chipping factory, which really does work nicely with that. And I'm pleased for once we've sort of gone so close to a proper farming model, which is really brilliant. It is, as well as buying and selling stuff as well, which has been the main way that we've made our money, of course. But yeah, nevertheless, there's no denying this fact that we would not have done as well as we've done without that business. We wouldn't have had all the fields we've got, the equipment we've got, the farm that we've got without the main business, which is buying and selling. So yeah, we can't forget that. So yeah, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on what's left of this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.